Hello everyone, welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we're going to shoot, we got 5 of these pumpkins lined up. You guys requested we shoot them with the 700 grain lead bullet. But the next most requested was the 450 grain bullet. So we're also going to shoot 5 pumpkins with the 450 grain bullet. But this is going to be a Swift A-frame bullet instead of the Barnes. Here's that beautiful 1886. For the 700 grain bullet, we're actually going to use the other gun because it has a little bit faster twist in it, and I feel like that's necessary to stabilize that 700 grain bullet. So let me grab that gun and let's take a look at it. This is the one we're shooting, a 450 grain Swift A-frame bullet. Here's the gun we're going to shoot, that 700 grain, and that's a hard, well, it's not really hard cast. It is a cast bullet, and it's sort of hard, but we're going to see how many pumpkins it goes through. We're going to shoot these big old bad boys. They are filled with water, so they should explode pretty good. This is also an 1886 Winchester. It does have a muzzle brake on the end. I don't know if you can see it, but it should stabilize that bullet a little bit better because this is a 1 in 20 twist. The other one's a 1 in 28. So that means it turns 1 round in 20 inches. The other one turns 1 round or 1 revolution in 28 inches. So this should stabilize the bullet a little bit better. We're going to get it set up and shoot it. Let me give you a good look at those bullets before we launch them. Here's those big old bullets. And the lead one is 700, it's actually 705 grains. The jacketed one is the 450 grain Swift A-frame. All right, we're going to shoot that 450 grain bullet first, then we're going to launch that 700 grain bullet out of that other gun. So here's the 450 grain Swift A-frame bullet and empty cartridge. Here's that 450 grain Swift A-frame bullet. Lined up, shoot it right in its teeth, just like this. It blew up pretty hard. I see water coming out of that second pumpkin, or might be the third pumpkin, I'm not sure. Let's take a look at it and see what it did. All right, coming down here, we had 5 pumpkins, and we had 5 pumpkins, now we only have 3. So it must have obliterated the first one, blew a hole into that one. It come out that side, hit that side, but did not come out. So I think it's inside of that one. So we only went through 3 and it stopped in the 4th one. So let's set up that 700 grain bullet and we'll go ahead and shoot that pumpkin too and see what happens. Now we're shooting that 700 grain bullet. The 700 grain bullet's going 1800 and about 30 feet a second. So let's launch it into this stuff and see what happens. All right, here it goes. We are clear. So let's go down here and see what happened. It looks like probably just blew up 2 pumpkins, but I can see it clearly went through the 3rd one. So let's go look at it. All right, walking up here, we see this pumpkin here is blown. Oh, it's blown up pretty good. That would be the 2nd pumpkin. This one here is the 3rd pumpkin, and it looks like it's blown up pretty good. Got the hole coming out of it into the 4th pumpkin. This one here looks like it's busted. Got a pretty decent hole coming out of it. Got a hole going into this one. Now this one is the same one that we have that other one going into. So they actually both went exactly the same distance. So we're going to cut this pumpkin open and get those 2 bullets out and see what they look like. Since we got all these pumpkins left, let's shoot them with a 535 grain Barnes Solid. This here is a 535 grain Barnes Solid. Look at that thing. Let's see how far it goes. Now those Barnes Solids tend to try to tumble. Hopefully this rifle was able to stabilize. Let's go take a look at it. I can see a big old chunk blowing out of the side of that one. I think it started tumbling. Man, there's a lot of pumpkin carnage here. There's pumpkin pieces everywhere. If we look up at the table right here, we got the base of a pumpkin right here. And then the side looks like it's blown out of this one here. I mean, it kind of looks like it tore down through here and come out and probably flew off to the wild blue yonder. We'll probably never find it, but maybe we will. It doesn't look like we have a chance of finding it. We're going to open up that baby and look inside of it, see if there's anything in there. So, it went through all but 1 pumpkin. So, that's a little bit better than the other 2 was doing. So let's just tear into this thing and see if we can find anything. I'm just going to feel around in there and see if I feel anything besides seeds. I don't. I'm pretty sure looking at this, it's tapered off like this. This pumpkin, it just has that one hole in and out where we shot it earlier. And we'll take a look. We'll look down there at the berm and see if we can see anything. And here is the 700 grain bullet just laying down in there. Let's see if we can find that the 450 grain bullet come in right here. It looks like the 450 grain bullet actually is stuck in the other side. I'm gonna get you down in here so you can see it. Or I'll just cut out a circle around it and then you can see that. Now here's the 450 grain bullet. As you can see, it obviously penetrated more. We're going to try not to damage it at all. It didn't damage this side. Look at that bullet right there. So there it is. It actually penetrated more than the 700 grain bullet. We'll weigh these and see how much they weigh. Here's your two bullets. That was pretty spectacular, I think. All right, these bullets mushroomed out pretty good. The 700 grain bullet, it mushroomed out to 84 caliber. And it also weighs 565 grains. In the 450 grain bullet, it mushroomed out to 77 caliber, and it retained 383 grains. 384, I mean. So 384 and 560. That's pretty good weight retention. They both penetrated about the same, although the Swift A-frame went, you know, it penetrated into that far side. The other one was just laying in the bottom. But that's what we have, and I think it's pretty interesting. Now that 535 grain Barnes solid, it just kept on going. We never did find it. But you can guarantee it's not going to be any bigger than 50 caliber, and it's not going to have lost any of its weight. So there we have it. And again, our cleanup crew's out here having a little pumpkin. There's a hen over there. She's probably going to have some pumpkin with these two young'uns. And there's still quite a bit of mess for them to clean up, but there's a bunch more chickens. And there's a few roosters too, probably about 30 of them. Look at those beautiful bullets. Aren't they so pretty? I don't know about you guys, but I had a blast doing this test. I really appreciate you guys participating in the survey to figure out which bullet we was going to use. And I hope you enjoyed all three bullets that we shot, because that one 700 grain bullet, and then you had first we shot the 450 grain bullet, then we shot the 700 grain, then we shot the 535 grain Barnes banded solid. And that's a big old mouthful. I appreciate every one of you watching. If you will, give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff. Thumbs down if you don't like this kind of stuff. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Obviously, if you like, you must have liked the video. Anyhow, thanks for watching. You come back and see me here. God bless each and every one of you.